Let's turn to the issue of one of your constituents, the separatist IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. He's back in court. How's it looking for him following his latest appearances?
I've been in every court appearance with him, show moral support. So the prosecution have started to make their case, to establish their case. The defense has also gone through the process of I'm lost now. To do what's it called again? The prosecution have presented their case.
Now is the defense.
Is their defense
right
to ask questions?
Right. Okay. Cross-examination.
Cross-examination. Right. Sorry. It's looking well because most of the things.
But the opposition, I mean, the prosecution put up a fairly strong, I mean, they came up with some strong allegations there, didn't they?
Well, first, yes, of course. But let me say this: that what I would say, I hope what I would say is not substitutes to the issue.
Yeah, we have to be circumspect.
Yeah, we have to be circumspect about it. But in a general form, we've seen a lot of, first of all, where the prosecution had a bit of challenge was in the manner they wanted to prosecute the matter, coming through by way of information or informative trial rather than summary trial. The judge ruled that the trial must be a summary trial whereby every evidence, every testimony, every witness must be given to the court and as well as to Nnamdi Kanu's defense team, so that they would know everything outright. And now
know what to expect.
You know what to expect. Right. Okay. Now it's surprising that you're charging somebody of terrorism. 15 counts. 8 of those counts have already been dismissed by the learned trial judge. So it's 7 counts now. And in those 7 counts, you claim you have interviewed thousands and thousands of people who will come to testify against him, and your evidence is only a letter from the Attorney General. The whole thing, the whole evidence.
Right.
Well, from as you said, from an Attorney General. Yeah. What are those other people?
Yeah.
They claim to have interviewed and are going to have damning evidences against Nnamdi Kanu, but we're watching.
Well, they haven't finished the trial, though.
Well, they haven't finished it. So the cross-examinations are still going. So that's why I'm saying that we're watching to see. But I still think that Nnamdi Kanu, having spent 10 years being tried for this offense, is 10 years more than any other person that have been tried in this country. 10 years where evidences and what people may have thought before has changed. And I think today people are asking for justice. He is also asking for justice, but we're also saying the government has the power to invoke Section 174 to discontinue the matter. Let there be peace in the Southeast. All these people who are benefiting from high crimes and criminality, banditry and assassination, and having economic benefits of this will absolutely come to a stop if we give Nnamdi Kanu an unconditional release from the criminal prosecution that is already going on. But so far, so good. I think both sides are confident.
Right. Well, I mean, that position that you espouse, which is that it is more of a political matter.
I think it's more of a political solution.
We've had military analysts in here who have said that the issues around Nnamdi Kanu and his separatist cause are in fact political, not military, perhaps not even legal, and should be settled politically. Has there been more substance to that position as far as that view being advanced to the government is concerned? Are the signals more positive, or will it have to see its way through the courts?
In the last time I was there, I remember you asked me about it. I said there have been more progress. If my expectations were dampened,
but since that time,
the only person in government that I have yet to meet on the Nnamdi Kanu issue is still the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and for obvious reasons. For a president to show any commitment towards this, he must have to see an appropriate security report. and also see a legal report, so which may be made available to him. But on the surface of it, we've met almost everybody that needs to be discussed this issue with, and they've given us some measurable assurances that they too are inclined to seeking political solutions. So I'm only optimistic that when the time appropriate comes within this trial phase,
it's a bit of foot dragging.
They're foot dragging. They are, absolutely. So that within this trial space, that we can sit side by side and find a common solution that will free Nnamdi Kanu after 10 years. When he was first arrested, he was 46 or 47. He's now 50-something years old. And like I said, he has been in solitary confinement, but have shown a lot of remorse, demonstrable remorse, but has not rejected the fundamental aspect of his agitation, that his people are marginalized. And that fundamental aspect of agitation still plays today. The Southeast is in no measure, an area where you can point to say this is a federal government establishment here and there. Not to say that, well, the establishment of the Southeast Development Commission is a good start. But what we are talking about, the insecurity aspect,
right,
and to be able to ensure that the Southeast is at peace, and that the Southeast is moving economically, and that Nnamdi Kanu is given the freedom.
Well, I mean, the president just recently visited Anambra State, although that's not Nnamdi Kanu's state, but it's still in the south.
Still in the south.
I mean, were there any attempts to take advantage of that visit and for people to express?
No, look at the retinue that the president will come with to Anambra State. He will come with the whole battalion. So for that 1 hour or 2 hours of visit, no pin would drop. But after the president leaves, what happens next?
No, what I mean is, was there an opportunity to advance this position?
I was a bit disappointed. I was disappointed that openly that none of our governors stood up
and said something about, because they've had meetings. I mean, the Southeast governors have had about Nnamdi Kanu. They've advanced a position where they said they were going to speak to the president and all the rest of it on his behalf.
On his behalf. So I would have thought that while the president was there, that somebody from the Southeast, at the level of governor, could have said something towards the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, let me say it. I'm saying, Mr. President, it is in your hand to see about the fundamental demands of the Igbo people. Above every other consideration by the Igbos is the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Doing so brings about several advantages, political and otherwise. But most important to us is not just the political aspect of it, but the aspect of security, that all those who are engaged in the economic benefits of high crime and criminality, banditry and assassination are known. That rogue of agitation, because if you ask them, why are you doing this? They say it's because Nnamdi Kanu is still held. So when we pull the rug or the fact of Nnamdi Kanu away from them, then we will make bear to all these people.
I want to thank you very much indeed for coming in. Honorable Obia Gwocha is the member representing Ikwano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives under the Labour Party. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Of this menace, I want to thank the mover of this motion and the rest of us, plus all those others who have risen in support of this motion. And I also want to thank my good friend OGD for helping to make it known to everyone that this is a national problem. First of all, I will crave the indulgence of my colleagues to go back to history, because my people have a saying, if you don't know where the rain started to beat you, you will not know when it will have also ended. This matter of sit at home started in 2021, August 2021, when the agitation group called IPOB insisted that they will go on a sit at home because of their leader held in prison in the DSS. 3 weeks later, when the effects of the criminal takeover of this started to manifest, this same IPOB came out and said that they are no longer supporting sit at home, that they will have stopped. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, the genii had been removed from the bottle, and all manners of criminal elements had taken over and now use the sit at home to kill, to maim, to burn houses, to kill policemen and all manners of innocent people. When that continued, by December of 2021, and I need for everybody to know this, in company of former senator and our former deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, 2 bishops, and the secretary of Ohaneze, I went with them to meet with their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, in the DSS headquarters. And there, we pointedly asked him, why did you institute this menace that is crippling the Southeast? He denied and said that the person who is going ahead and insisting that he's doing sit at home on his behalf is somebody called Simon Ekpa, living in Finland, and that he never authorized that. And that actually the person he said that ought to represent him is another person, and he called the person's name Chike Edozian. We came back from that meeting in DSS, called a meeting of all the leaders of the Southeast, and said, this is what Nnamdi Kanu said, that he is not part of this. Yet, every Monday, what happens is this: a few miscreants, and I use the word advisedly, come out, shoot and kill 1 or 2 people, and run away, and video it and send across the whole of the Southeast, and everybody is now scared. The governors we met, all of us in the National Assembly we have met, everybody has condemned it. I need the Senate to know that there is no one in the Southeast except the criminals who support this sit at home. Their modus operandi is simple. It's just terror. I have called the market leaders in Abia and I said, you can't continue to stay away. And they told me that the people have threatened to burn their markets at night if they don't stay away. So this is beyond the citizenry coming out to just say we don't accept it. Because what they have done is to use terror tactics to intimidate a whole region. And we have had meetings with the DSS, and all that the DSS has told us is, listen, these are just a few people. They will come out in one road, they will find somebody just driving along on his way to doing anything, shoot him, and then they will say it is because of sit at home. Take his car away, go and keep it in their den, and later go and sell it. So these are nothing but criminals. So I support this motion, and especially the matter concerning someone who is a dual citizen of Nigeria and Finland, staying in Finland, giving orders, and in fact, giving, I will say, orders that you don't understand why people should accept it here. But then, criminals will always find a reason to do what they want to do. I have also had interactions with the Finnish embassy, and in fact, the United Nations head in Nigeria, who is from Finland. And what she told me was, it is a government-to-government interaction that will lead to a resolution of this, because as a citizen of Finland, that he has a right to express his opinion. But I can tell you, my dear colleagues, each and every one of us has suffered greatly from what is happening in the Southeast. They attacked Senator Kalu when he was doing campaigns. They attacked me. There's nobody they have not tried to intimidate. But we cannot be intimidated because we are in a country that has rule of law. And so I support this motion in its entirety. And when the time comes for the prayers, if there's anything I will add, we will. But we want to urge our colleagues and the rest of Nigeria to see this matter not just as a Southeast matter, but as a matter for Nigeria.
Very well. Please do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think, all right? Thank you very much. I'm going to see you in my next video. Thank you, and God bless you.